Big story coming in here on India Today. Delhi's Lieutenant Governor VK Saxena has granted sanction for prosecution of author Arundhati Roy under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act or UAPA. This is a strong anti-terror law. This sanction for prosecution is for alleged provocative speech made in 2010. A former professor of international law in the Central University of Kashmir also faces prosecution under the same law. The Delhi police had registered a case in 2010 on the directions, we are told, of the Metropolitan Magistrate for an alleged offensive speech of promoting enmity between different groups on grounds of religion, race, birth, and for actions prejudicial to national integration. That's the information that's coming in. The police had accused author Arundhati Roy for actions related to public mischief. Kashmiri Pandit activists, Kashmiri Hindu activists had filed a complaint against the accused in Delhi's Tilakmarg police station against the organizers of a rally under the banner Azadi, the Only War. The complainants had alleged that the speakers had advocated separation of Jammu and Kashmir from the rest of the country. I quickly want to cut across to India Today's Amit Bharadwaj for more on this. Amit, sanction for prosecution has come only now, but the case on the directions of Metropolitan Magistrate was registered in 2010. How is Raj Bhavan explaining the delay from 2010 to 2024?
Gaurav, you know what happens in many of the cases like this one that especially deals with charges such as sedition or UAPA. Normally, the LG office, tries to delay the entire process, and that's what has happened in this case particularly as well, because Arundhati Roy is, not only author but also activist, internationally known. So possibly the LG's office did take almost more than a decade's time in this particular case, but now the sanction has been given to prosecute Arundhati Roy and Showkat Hussain in this particular case under the sections of UAPA. Now this, definitely means that Arundhati Roy will be facing charges against the stringent law, which generally deals with even activities related to terror or rather terror charges. What is to be noted out here, Gaurav, is that what has attracted this particular charges or registration of FIR under the UAPA. Arundhati Roy was speaking at the event Azadi, the Only Way, back in 2010, and there are video footages in which she can be heard saying that a lot of times media personnel ask me this question as to whether does she consider Kashmir as integral part of India or not, which she herself says in the video that Kashmir was never an integral part of India, and you cannot change that fact. So these are the statements made by Arundhati Roy, which has attracted the prosecution under UAPA. Now we have to see as to how Delhi police further proceeds in this particular case. And UAPA also means, Gaurav, that the arrest is something which cannot be denied in this particular case, because the law, you also know, is that very stringent, very strict in when it is filed under UAPA. So in this particular case, Arundhati Roy is definitely facing arrest, the possibilities of arrest, and we'll have to see as to whether she also approaches the court for interim relief.
So Arundhati Roy was actually quoted saying, or she's on camera saying, that Jammu and Kashmir is not an integral part of India, according to Delhi police?
Yes, Gaurav, there are video footage as well in the archives of YouTube. If you go through it, there are several cameras, several news channels present at the event, and this entire event was videographed. In fact, the Kashmiri Pandit activists who had actually tried to disrupt the event, to launch their protest, Delhi police had intervened in that particular event to ensure that the law and order situation remains under control. And then she also had gone on to say that, when I'm speaking about Kashmir, I'm also speaking for justice for everyone, even for Kashmiri Pandits. They have been wrong. But the fact remains that in this particular, conference, she had made certain statements which has now attracted, charges under UAPA.
Okay, keep tracking that story. I will come back to you for more. Amit Bharadwaj, for the moment, many thanks for joining me.